Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy birthday to you. Yeah. Y'all, man, I tell you this case right here. Yes. Now y'all, let me tell you something. Y'all know everything I say is allegedly, right? It has to be allegedly because I wasn't there. But I am taking out of the content and I'm taking taking it out of content and trying to give my own opinion on this situation, okay? On this case, because I justice for Naziyah. I'm not worried about nobody else. I'm talking about justice for. That's what we're supposed to do. Try to help find justice for the family as a community, and as a YouTuber, and as a mother. I I am part of the community. So that's why I take in kids and women, because the kids can't take care of themselves. So that's what I supposed to do, is reach out and help my women and kids, in the community. Sometimes the guys, what's up, Josh? Yeah, shout out to my Josh up in the chat. Yeah, the first and always the first. Shout out to my TikTokers. Shout out to my subscribers and my mods. I appreciate y'all. But we got to get down to the real nitty gritty now, y'all. This is for entertainment, commenting, and educating purposes. Yes, sir. And thumb me up. Yes, y'all. Y'all, we're going to dive into this content. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know how I am. When it comes down to, like I said, women and children. Women and children. That's who we supposed to protect. Women and children. Men's too, but I'm saying women and children, y'all, because that's where it always supposed to be. So y'all, step right up. Hurry, hurry, before the show begins, my friends. Yes, sir. Okay, y'all. Y'all remember that song? I remember that song. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, please do. And it gonna take but a second to thumb me up, that's all. Thumb me up, whether you don't like it or not. But I'm gonna keep it real, because I am the real deal, y'all. So we're gonna get into, it's a thin line between Naziyah Harris and family. Yes. It's gonna be a thin line between them and them. Y'all, we're gonna get into something tonight that it's gonna take me all night to do it, but I want to talk about it. And like I said, it's my commentary. This is what I want to say. But when you talk about everybody, y'all know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. Dap me up. Now look, y'all. Families are not like family used to be. Okay? Family is supposed to be somebody close where you could run to, can tell them things. They can protect you. I don't know what I got into families now. It's so much jealousy in families now. Why, y'all? Where is all this jealousy coming from? Where is this coming from? Now here you are. You are part of a family and they don't even talk to you. They used to talk to you a long time ago. But now somebody is deceased in the family, and now you decide to come up and act like the big bad wolf. Or you want to act like God or Jesus. I don't understand that part. If I've been away from my cousin 12 years and 10 years, 8 years, I don't know what's going on in my family, because I had to start talking to them and I haven't been around them. I left this state and I went to another state and live. So I don't really know what's going on. Okay. Think about what I just said, y'all. Think about what I just said. Think about what I just said. Y'all are family. Now, family, you ain't been talking to your family. You haven't been talking to your family, and y'all, they all of a sudden now. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what really happened because I ain't been there in a long time. I ain't been there, so I don't know what's going on with them. But then you are. I don't get it, y'all. I don't get it. I don't get it. If you don't, if you don't know, if you don't know what's going on in the family, say like it be immediate family. I don't know what's going on in your house. Okay. I don't know what y'all doing. But now I'm about to come into the family life. And then I'm trying to act like, well, I wasn't here then, but I'm about to come in here like, it's a soup. I am your superwoman. In this case, I don't understand it. It's a lot we're going to listen to in this uh Naziyah Harris case. It's a lot I want to get into. I want to get into people act like they family oriented and they not. You know, like they so close to the family, but you can't be. You can't be close to the family, and if you dogging the other family, how are you gonna say that you're a peacemaker in a family? How are you gonna say that you want to bring peace to the family? But you instead of separating the family, dogging the family out. Now listen to this part right here, y'all. I don't understand her. I'm trying to, but I can see. I ain't no psychic, but I can see through people. This part right here, I'm gonna be all into this particular video right here, y'all. This particular video right here. This girl right here, I don't understand her. And the reason why I say I don't understand her is because how are you gonna say that you coming in for Naziyah, but then you keep separating the immediate family? You dogging out Janelle and Kiwana. You dogging out the family who tried to put, especially Janelle. Janelle really try to help this family. She did all she could do. And y'all know how the police is when you step in and try to take over. But how you gonna say you coming into the family for Naziyah and you talking about Janelle? Dogging Janelle and Kawana. Oh, you looking at the wrong two. You shouldn't be looking at them. You should be. Yes, we should. The auntie really did what she could in this case, y'all. You can't make nobody do this. You can't make nobody do that. But there were two girls, two young ladies that really inspired me in the Naziyah Harris case. The two inspirational people, especially one is Janelle. Y'all can't tell Janelle she can take that girl out that family, take Naziyah out the family and put her over there in her family. She can't do that. If the law messed up like that now in Detroit, I can imagine her coming over to get that child and they could get her for kidnapping. What are y'all people? Why are we like we are? as families. Family is not supposed to be divided. But the families are getting worse and worse and worse. You do your best and you're diligent to try to keep the family together. But that devil got to come on in there and try to separate the family so they could get all their attention. It's about attention. Listen to this. And then I should see.
Biggest advocates, adult cousins, described seeing what's in court after hearing these allegations. I don't have nice words.
Said, oh, I don't, her, y'all, I'm telling y'all, you shouldn't have no words. Why I said she shouldn't have no words? She don't know what's going on. We still let Janelle be the one to get her out the news. Get this one right here out the news, in my opinion. Put her on the sideline with the rest of them. Put Janelle face on him. Because Janelle the one getting justice for Janiyah. Naziyah, I apologize. Naziyah. Not this one. This one just want some attention. You ain't getting no money because I'm going to make sure you don't.
Necessarily for that. But obviously, I have to be strong for my family. I have to be strong.
You got to be strong for your family. You been gone this whole time. You ain't why it takes somebody that be deleted out the family for family to come together. Ain't that something, y'all? Why, I'm going to say it again, why does it take somebody to be deleted from the family for the family to join together? Tell the truth. People need to start telling the truth.
And I'm putting my trust in the justice system, and it doesn't get much more.
Honey, please. You don't say it so much. You don't say it so much. You is a part of her. You is a part of
her friends are just saying, and that's I'm just going based on what her friends saying. That she ran away. She told her kid. She told her friends that she was leaving. She was saying goodbye. She was happy, and that's it. And that's it. Like that's it. We asked our friends. We asked people. We asked everyone. Everyone. We don't know. We don't know. And that's what we are trying to figure out. Where she is. Because I don't know. Where she could be inside this neighborhood and I don't know. And we've been looking every day. Every day. They don't think that this is in the pit of my stomach of not knowing where my niece is. She's 13. I pray to God every day.
Now, somebody, did she ever have a history of running away, leaving the house?
No, she never ran away.
For a period of time?
No, she never ran away, never went nowhere. Like my mom, yeah, she is strict. My mom's running a tight ship, 10 by 10. You in school, you do what you're supposed to do, you come home. And then you get ready for the next day.
She never been a runaway. She never did this before. You concerned about her as a family. You concerned about she only 13. How can anyone be concerned about their family member in a situation that It's surrounded around a disease. These people are not right here. Is not looking for. This is the bug. This is the disease right here. This is your disease. Like you just said, she only 13. This girl not understanding, y'all, what she's saying. She never been a runaway. Oh, it's just turned my stomach up that this and that is happening to her. I don't know where she is and everything. But this big old bug right here, this old bug. This an old roach. And you're not understanding that you are putting that disease. You are spreading the germs. You are spreading the virus. It's a big bug right here hit you. And you spread it. How can you be concerned about someone in your situation? How can the family? It's not family. And y'all got these people. Tight ship. Hold up before I finish. A tight ship. The mom run a tight ship with this one here, with this man right here in the family. That's not a tight ship. That's not a tight ship. Is she running the tight ship for him to be involved like a family? That's what she said. You supposed to be. The mama said, the grandmama said, you supposed to be a part of the family. It's a thin line, y'all already know, between love and hate. This man walking through this door right here was told, you're supposed to be part of the family. And then you just said, it turned my stomach. Oh, Lord, have mercy, have mercy. I'm confused. You just said that. You just said that it turned your stomach in because you don't know where this girl is. And she was with your man the whole time.
We ask people, we ask everyone, everyone. We don't know. We don't know. And that's what we are trying to figure out. Where she is. Because I don't know. Where she could be inside this neighborhood and I don't know. And we've been looking every day. Every day. They don't think that this is in the pit of my stomach of not knowing what
They're doing what to your stomach, baby? What is, I see this girl right need help, y'all. Did you hear what she's saying they're doing to her stomach?
they don't think that this is in the pit of my stomach of not knowing.
This is killing my stomach that you let this bug right here, you kept spreading that disease with that same bug right there. That big bug coming through the gates of hell right here. You don't think that's turning our stomach? All the good women's out there who protect their kids. This is tearing our stomach up, knowing that it's a virus still out there. What about our stomach?
Where my niece is, she's 13.
You know what? You know what Naziyah did? Naziyah got away from that germ. She got away from it.
So what happened? So what happened after school though?
We figuring it out. Y'all got everything right here.
guys want to see her live, right?
Yeah, before school.
Before school. So what happened?
I told y'all that.
So what happened after school, though?
You figure it out. Y'all got everything right here.
I don't understand that part. But anyway, I'm not. I'm just saying that how could you come in from out of town and then you gonna act like you running something? Y'all ain't for Naziyah. This happened back in 22, 23. If I wasn't here and I don't know nothing about what's going on in the family, right in the world, I'm gonna come from out of town and act like I'm Jesus Christ and step into the family. Janelle, them should be the first one I run over there to. Janelle should be, that's the auntie. That's the auntie. I just can't understand. I don't understand what's going on. I don't understand what's going on. I don't. The first thing I would have came, I would have went over there with Janelle. I would have went over there to Janelle. I ain't lying. And find out what happened.
I don't want to be the girl. How about you really? I said it seems to ours for one straight. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I'm going to the other teachers. This is like, John, I don't want to be the girl. How about you really? I said it seems to ours for one straight. Yeah. So, yeah. So, I'm going to the other teachers.
And what tripped me out is that's not being a family. Now, what tripped me out with this man right here? He said right here that what freaked me out. I feel him. I feel what he's saying from right here. I tell you what, I started right here. Now, what tripped me out was I don't understand. What kind of family are you trying to put back together? What kind of family are you trying to put together? That's what I want to know. What kind of family you trying to put together? I want to know. I hope don't nothing overturn in this case. I hope they have enough physical evidence. But listen to this, y'all. Listen to this.
Being in court, which is obviously why I'm not live because I'm in court. With being in court and seeing the courageous girls, and I commend them so much, who came forward. You know, they're really brave. I can only imagine, walking into a courtroom and having to sit in front of this person that violated you, right, in the most demonic way possible. So it's hard to just see that and see the things that I'm seeing and hearing the things that I'm seeing. So I say that to say this: if you have ever dated Jarvis, Ramon, Butts, Jay, JR, J-Bo, whatever you know him by, everybody knows who he is by now. And if you don't know who he is, look him up yourself. Okay? Because we're too far ready for you not to know.
It ain't nothing funny. You need to stop trying to Stop trying to. I don't like the act. I don't like the act that I'm hearing. Y'all don't hear it. Y'all don't hear it. Sometimes you don't know what a person went through. You don't know what this person right here been through herself. You don't know in the childhood what she been through and using it through her cousin. You don't know. Y'all, we don't know. Stop all this cuteness and be for real. Because we need to erase who we are and bring out the real us so we can see what's really, let's get justice for this girl. And it's not a fashion show. It's not an act. It's not a, oh, let me get my shine right here. Ooh, 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 ooh.
What you did, I mean, I was best. I love my daughter. I mean, it can't be measured how much I love my daughter. And I'm still holding on the fact and the possibility and the faith that she is still living, right, regardless of the news and everything say. I don't do the publicity. I don't do, people's platform or however they want to benefit off the situation. My concern is about my daughter. And just people doesn't see my face or see me all everywhere like some of my, family members be, that doesn't mean that I'm not involved and I'm not trying to keep up with what's going on with my daughter. Right. And that's much I got to say about it to anyone.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. I don't care. I love people. I love people for who they are. I don't care. Then I don't look at nobody because they uh what they choose to be their preferences. I love you for who you are. I wouldn't just get into the case of my family just because I know they just like me. Either I'm just using me for an example because I can, but I'm just saying like preferences, what I like and who I like. I like people for who they are. I like real people. I just can't deal with fake people, y'all. Fake people is somebody that I can't live around and surround myself with. I can't. I know real when I hear real. I know real when I see real, and that's why I stay away from some fake folks because I know you fake, and you know you fake. Now her mom, I don't care what her mama preference is. It ain't about her mama preference. It's about Naziyah, and then a lot of things that the mom did. I don't understand. You got a missing child, and you don't pass your phone around. You don't pass your phone around and your child missing. What the purpose you have in that phone for Naziyah if you gonna lose the phone or if you gonna get a phone away? Something ain't right about this. It's a thin line, y'all. Y'all can see right through it. But the things that you can't control, it ain't nothing you can do about it. And this woman won't control who is trying to handle this case. And she is not the controller that God is. And Janelle did what she could for the family. And she ain't out here dogging out this person and dogging out this person. Why do she think she can come in and dog out the family? If you're trying to get family together. I don't, my thing is if we are all everybody got a pass. If something even if you even have a pay, if she even have a pay, don't come in here dogging the family out. You breaking up the family that try to help the family. Janelle trying to kill the virus, and you trying to keep the virus in the family. If you preventing, if preventing somebody from being cured, then you part of the problem. Chanel trying to cure the disease. And it seems like to me you still trying to prevent the disease, keeping the spread of the disease. Now we need to kill that bacteria. We need to kill that virus. We need to get rid of that virus. Excuse me, you two. I meant to say we need to get rid of the virus. It need to be cured. We in this case, I've been covering the Naziyah case when it first came out. And the thing about children, you're gonna see funny at the grandma Lanita, but I wasn't funny at the grandma Lanita then. I was the real deal, and I'm still the real deal. But this case right here follow us over here on this channel. Y'all know we've been covering this. These people, these people was looking for a missing child, not a murder trial case. They were looking for a missing child, a child hiding, peeping, scared. They are not looking for no. They're looking for a missing child. They ain't looking for nobody who unalive. They ain't looking for nobody being murdered. These folks ain't looking for that. But they find clothes like this. Everybody want to cry and want sympathy. Hold their head down like they crying and fake. If anybody cared about Naziyah, they would have got Naziyah some help, came together as a family. Then, why y'all come together why had to take somebody to be unalive in the family for the family to come together and say, amen, 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 amen. Why we got to come together after somebody passed away? Why was the message spread to you when she was unalive? Why wasn't it spread to you when she was going through something? The mama knew that, your mama knew that girl was going through something. Ain't nobody care about no Naziyah. Janelle did come up and speak on her. She didn't give up on Naziyah. I don't care what y'all say.
You know, I don't have to show my face all on the news or, you know, be all on.
Yes, you do need to show your face all on the news. It's your child. It's your child. Now you really, girl, go be on the news, shine. This is your chance and your obligation, your time to shine for your daughter, to put your boots on the ground. You go to cookouts, you go around your friends, you go smoke with them, you go do what you got to do with them. Why don't this be your time that you shine for your daughter? All on the news. Show the Naziyah that you are here for her. I ain't got to be all on the news. You need to be on the news.
Trying to keep up with what's going on with my daughter. Right. You know, and that's much I got to say about it to anyone. You know, I don't have to show my face all on the news.
You need to show your face all on the news. Yes, you do. I ain't got to show my face all on the news. What? If that been me, she was in my family, you know what? I try to convince her. I was like, well, what you need to do is don't show your face on the news, but speak on your daughter. You talking on this girl right here channel now. Talk to the news like you talking to her. Like you on him talking to your cousin, talk on the news that way.
You know, be on everybody's podcast and all that. I don't have to do all that, but somebody to feel that I'm involved with what's going on with my daughter. Period.
Period. Oh, and that's funny. And that's funny.
when she went missing. We were responding to a missing person.
What was your role in searching the 7 Mile area?
I was searching the riverbank of the River Rouge. We were searching south along the bank. I was on the east side of the bank in the 7 Mile area. We then heard shocking testimony from one of Naziyah's cousins, who is younger than 10 years old, a warning this information could be disturbing to some viewers. She alleges being in the room with another cousin while Butts took advantage, had sex. Disturbingly, this wasn't the only time. She even says he tried to make advances towards her at one point, but she was able to say no after recognizing what he was trying to do before were also Butts' nieces. One of Naziyah's biggest advocates, adult.
Nah, she ain't no big apple. Man, please. It's just front. So I want to take it back to this. Y'all know. Y'all notice I've been coming here a lot. Y'all know I've been coming here a lot right here. I've been shedding a lot of light on this particular portion. My content is because the location. I can't believe that. Yes, I can. These days, people ain't doing stuff the way we did it. It's like this. The location. How you have your phone on? No, everywhere you going, we see you. We see you. They your phone. You in a car with the girl. You over here. You at your shop. You picked the girl up. Yes, you did pick her up, Jarvis. You took her to your shop, Jarvis. And the only reason why I can speak clearly on that is because his sister saw Naziyah at his shop, y'all. So we know that's a fact that he picked her up. And we know it's a fact because Cordell was in the car when he picked Naziyah up. You would think that he would lie for him on that, but he didn't. He picked up his niece. Cordell told y'all that, which was a fact. Then he went to the shop. We know Naziyah Harris was at that shop because the Cordell and the sister saw Naziyah at the shop. So we know it's a fact. We know she was with him in his car truck. It's a fact. What was this man thinking about? He wasn't thinking about nothing if he got that girl in that car. What? I think, you know what, y'all? I'm going to tell you something. This man got the baby in a car. Why do you have a child overnight, Jarvis? What were you planning on doing? Running away with her? Because if you just listen to the video, the voice over that I just played, the girl said that the auntie said that the friend said, well, we can't even go by hearsay. Hearsay can overturn this case, y'all. Hearsay, evidence. These only thing we have heard was hearsay. But the real stuff is coming in between the courts. This is real. So it's not going to overturn. Because this is really what happened. He was at that corner. He was at that at his shop on corner, 9,000 corner. Yes, he was. With Naziyah. Do he know that that's kidnapping? That he got Naziyah? Somebody got to know that Naziyah is with him, y'all. Somebody has to know that this man right here on 9,000 Corner Street with Naziyah. Come on, man. Listen, this is how they found her, y'all.
A little after 4 p.m. on January 9th, 2024, Butts' phone was tracked
back to his shop on Connor Street, according to the expert's analysis. Between that time and a little before 7:30 p.m., the data shows his phone's location heading towards Ypsilanti, consistent with what one witness said yesterday.
That's what Cordell told y'all. That is the witness that he's talking about. Cordell don't told y'all the truth, understand? Some of the truth.
When she claims seeing Naziyah with Butts the day she went missing. Further analysis shows more.
That's that girl who was at the house with the Jaguar with Cordell folks. That's who they talking about. So they left there. But Cordell said that they went out there to that lady, to his mother-in-law house. Not a mother-in-law house, but his grandmother's house. So when they left out, that what the witness is telling the truth. The witnesses is telling the truth. They did go back to the shop. So right here is what we need to be worrying about right here. Facts. And the fact is, Naziyah with him, he did go across town, fix that car, take the car back. Then he came back to his shop at 8:22 and 8:59. What the heck is going on in this man's mind? Got a little girl out in the street around 8:22 to 8:59. Where was he gonna take Naziyah?
Now I understand, like, when we were working with or talking to the Detroit Public School Police, DPD people, you know, like, we was in there, like, talking to them and stuff. Now I see why they told us, stand down. We got everything we need. We don't need you doing no searches. You can pass out some flyers, but we got everything we need. Absolutely. Because we gave them a lot of information, but we were like hounding them. And they was like, oh, just look, you gave us the information, we're following it. Just stand down. Don't go out here in these houses looking. Don't go out here accusing people and knocking on doors and all that stuff. Just stand down. We got everything we need. We just need some time to put it together. It takes time to get subpoenas for text messages. It takes time to get subpoenas from the phone companies. It takes time to run DNA samples and stuff like that. It takes time. Absolutely. We knew they told us this before the 14th.
Sure did.
We got the information when it was transferred. We talked to the Detroit Public School Police the Friday after Naziyah went missing, because we didn't find out until Thursday night. She went missing on the Tuesday. We found out on Facebook post on a Thursday night. We called Friday morning.
Sure did.
And told them everything that we knew and what could have possibly happened, because originally we thought she had ran away. But just to see all of it unfold was a little bit of a relief, because I've been preaching this for a long time and no one would listen. No one believed me. Or they would say, oh, the kids are not.
I believe you, Janelle. I believe you, baby. I believe you. Okay, y'all. So he went back. He had this baby from 8:22 to 8:59. He got a child, 12 years old. We still start saying 13. 12 years old. Even if she was 13, he's an old man to her. So he had her out there like that. What was he gonna plan on doing? Keeping that? Did she eat? Yeah, they said they ate. They got something to eat earlier. Okay.
Activity from his cell phone near his shop once again. This time it's traced around 8:22 and 9 p.m. on January 9th. The witness then testified to Butts' phone activity stemming from the area near Park Crest Inn.
Okay. If he was at his shop, he had, how in the world did he get out around the corner to that girl house to get on January the 9th? He got his girlfriend car. He borrowed that car, that Nissan Sentra, at around 10-ish, 9 and 10-ish. Nine. He came to borrow the car. So he got the car. When he got her car, what was Naziyah hiding? How did he get Naziyah from his car? How did they get out there to that girl house to pick up that car, y'all? It still bothers me. This right here, this piece of segment really get to me, because how did he get to her house to get the car? Borrow her car, his girlfriend's car. How did they get out there? And what was Naziyah? She said at 9 or 10ish. Anyway, at 10:53, okay, at that 9 and that 10ish, where was Naziyah? Then at the 10:53 on the night, he's at that Parkcrest Hotel Inn, the hotel over there on Parkcrest on Apple. So he had to take Naziyah. If you take your women of the night there to that hotel, and if you take your women there to the hotel, to their hotel to do your thing, no telling who what Naziyah was with. So he took her to Parkcrest right there.
Denying it, we're not seeing it. The family over there was saying, "Oh, she's lying. She not telling the truth. I don't know why she would make that up about him. I don't know what she got against him and my mama, but she lying." Just my truth to come out.
Yeah.
Because they were lying from the beginning. I was pretty much told that a lot of the things that we told them that first couple weeks is what they would have never looked. Annette would have kept on saying she ran away. Would have never said that she was missing.
And you just heard that officer said what? We was looking for a runaway. We looking for a missing person, not a murder case. If the cousin was gonna come from out of town and didn't know what was going on, trying to play innocent, why did you listen to Janelle? She the girl auntie. Why that you trying to break this girl right here? That's not right. And y'all sitting up there man after the cousin, not Janelle the auntie. If you want to come in and talk about the family, I'm for the family. I don't stick. What part of the family you will? Because if you was had a heart, you'll be with Janelle. Y'all to put y'all heads together and find Naziyah. But you came to distract this case. You ain't fooling. Ain't nobody fooling me because I'm looking through it. I'm seeing right through it. Let's continue, y'all. So Naziyah, I think Naziyah was at Parkcrest Inn, and I think Naziyah was hiding somewhere when he went and got the girl car. Because somebody had to drive his truck over there, or either he caught a ride, and then he left there and went to the hotel. Why did he have to come get her car when he could have a little gas in his truck?
That's what two witnesses described yesterday as a place Butts would take other women to have sex. The report shows that these calls occurred after 10:35 p.m. on the day Naziyah disappeared. Another exhibit shows Butts' phone activity more than 24 hours later. This time they tracked activity.
Okay, remember he took that girl car back that morning, the girlfriend the car back, and she took the girl car rack. I guarantee you somebody young was driving that car that is not a driver. January the 10th, he didn't go to work. No, he didn't. He didn't go to work at all. So he still got that girl all that day. So all that night, he got to figure out what to do with Naziyah. She not responding. I don't think that he intentionally took her out like that. I think that he was trying to do something because he knows she was allegedly pregnant. I don't think that he read something that he not comprehending what he read. But instead of saying that, he should have said it. But then 11:40 to 11, from 11:40 to 12 o'clock. Where is Naziyah at that time of night? Where is he? Where is he at that time of night? At 11:40 to 11:50? What do he usually be doing? Who he usually called? Naziyah still ain't at home because she's still somewhere with Jarvis in 7 Mile Burge. Burge, yeah.
As a matter of fact, Detective Gardner told me when grandmother said she missing. I said, no, she lying. She ain't missing. That girl won't be gone for no 3 weeks and ain't contact nobody, no money, not on the social media. But just to see it all put together. And that does.
And y'all hear that girl? Do y'all hear her? Do you hear Janelle? If Naziyah really want to help, why didn't she call Janiyah? I said, why didn't she call, Janelle? Why did she call Jarvis? Because she didn't want Janelle to know she was pregnant by Jarvis, allegedly. Okay, so after he was with her on the 10th, if it's right here at 11:40, 11:59, he didn't go to work none that day. He don't know what to do. He got nerves. He freaked out. So he got Naziyah. Instead of him talking to somebody to tell him what to really do or take him to the hospital, he didn't do none of that. If he did this alone, okay? He about to go into the 11th. He going to the 11th, okay? 7 Mile and Burge is over there where the body was found.
Between 11:40 p.m. on January 10th to 1:30 a.m. on the 11th.
I apologize, not where the body was found, where the clothes were found, okay? I don't have no problem to come back to change what I said, but the clothes was found, not the body, because there's no body been found, okay? And y'all know that, so you know I meant the clothes now.
Near the area of 7 Mile and Berg Road. This is the same location crews searched for Naziyah's body 1 year ago. They never found her, but they did find a jacket, pink onesie, and black Nike shoes that match what witnesses described her wearing when she went missing.
We were responding to a missing person.
What?
Now, when he said that, I'm gonna leave that like that.
She saw through all the BS. She saw all the lies and the neglect that we've been trying to tell them was going on. She saw all of it. It's just unfortunate it took for Naziyah to be the reason why all this shit came out when we've been telling people for years. This ain't nothing that just happened in February. This been happening for years, and we've been going through it, arguing back and forth with Shannon, arguing back and forth with the different police people we came in contact with, calling CPS, trying to get the kids. So it's a little bit of relief. I can say that a little bit of the weight is off my shoulder. We still got a lot.
Now that was the auntie. You know what? It's, oh my gosh. This lady right here told y'all a lot. Now, I don't like what he's saying. I like what she was saying right here. We are only talking part of this trial. We are only talking about the important part of this trial. While everybody else trying to be an actor and an actress and not YouTube, but publicity. We trying to get to the real nitty gritty before Jarvis butts come back in the picture. Janelle had been for this girl from the beginning. If I didn't know what was going on in this family since I've been gone for a long time, I sure would have came to Janelle and talked to Janelle. But when you're trying to help the family, anytime a family member trying to help others, the others always get jealous or either mad. and come in and distract the whole scene. Now, let's compare what she's saying about the same thing. These are facts. What the guy just said, the other detective that's told y'all, the area that they found the clothes, and they wasn't looking for a murder. They were looking for a missing child, a runaway.
Cellular activity at that time. It's basically for efficiency and performance by the network.
Going to exhibit 36 now, which is on the screen on that first page. You have 8 lines. Can you tell us the reason you have 8 lines and what they're
Number 36 is a purported map of date and time of January 9th from 22:53 or 10:53 p.m. to January 10th of 2024 at 1:11 a.m.
so that's the time you're analyzing here. It's from closer to midnight on the 9th, going into the next morning, early morning, when it's in the ground.
Yes.
And going to the second page of this exhibit.
Now, y'all, let's see. Is he?
Can you tell us what we're looking at?
She gonna tell us the same thing that the other detective just said.
In this map, we're looking at rows 1, 2, 3. So this, the red dot that you have right there, smack dab in the middle, indicates 2000 Harvard, which is the Park Crest Hotel. And then the next slide has a different address associated with it. But what we're looking at
Facts. Facts. This is a fact. It's because we just went over this. He was hard Chris. That's where he took Naziyah. He did go to the one across the street for him, but not at the time. He didn't want nobody. He didn't want to be bothered with them kind of women over there that night. After he did that to Naziyah, he went to the one over there by his shop to be alone.
the 2000 Harvard Park Crest Hotel.
And is that in front of what? That highway that is just off of, that's 94 highway, correct?
Yes.
And the 2 towers or 2 lines that you have here, is that indicate both interacting with those towers and the times in rows 1, 2, and 3?
Yes. You see the dark blue tower on the south side facing north. That's the area of it. And then you have the light towers up the light tower up the light blue. Three, that's facing downward at me.
And with what was interacting with both those towers at 12:37 in the morning on the 10th.
Between 10:53 and 12:37 a.m.
And then going to the third page of this map, what are we looking at here on the third page? What will they correspond to?
This third page is going to have a purple dot that indicates 4 East Alexandria, and that is another location that was significant for the officer in charge to place them out.
That it was a birthday party in February of 2022 for her second daughter's birthday. And most of the children, pretty much all the children were at the house, the grandchildren. There's one little girl who was another, Annette's other sister's daughter was there. Now this child had never been around Jarvis alone before. I think she might have been at the birthday party or something, adult birthday party, but it was at a hall. But she was at Shannon's home and this young lady was so afraid. Shannon's telling me this. She ran upstairs, frantic and afraid and scared, and wanted to go home and wanted to call her mother because Jarvis touched her inappropriately while she was in the basement playing with the puppy. While this little group, now Jarvis was on a game, he wasn't thinking about going up there with Shannon or nothing. Shannon says all of a sudden, while she's up there, she's trying to calm this little girl down and talk to her, Jarvis comes and knocks on the door and says, "What's wrong with her?" And I said, "Shannon, why are you calling me?
Right.
Is he dead or is he in jail?"
Now see, that's why I told y'all mentally she don't know what to do. She's scared. Shannon telling y'all she's scared. Shannon was molded into this, y'all. She's molded into what happened. She molded into this. She the only one that didn't get out of it. She the weakest link.
With the purple rope, so each color represents the cold detail records, the color on the cold detail record report. So that's going to be row number 8 at 1:11 a.m. on the 10th of January.
And this is all for that target number that you have 8917, correct?
8711. Yes.
All for the same number.
Yeah, all of the reports for the same number.
And does that indicate to you that the phone moved from that hard pressed location down to where this is on Alexandria?
Paul Chris to Alexandra. Where in the world is he going, y'all? Where is he going?
And then the last page of this exhibit, is this just an overview of both of those maps that we just looked at?
Yes, it is. So you'll see in the beginning, or sorry, at the end of the night at around 10:53, something up.
Around 10:53. 10:53 is facts. I believe Jarvis, whatever what went on or what he saw or what's supposed to happen, he's doing something. He freaked out. He freaked out.
First motel up there on the northeast side, and then it travels down at around 1:11 in the morning on the 10th down to
1 o'clock in the morning.
No, he left. What you mean he left? Call the police. Let them know where he's going, what car he's in.
Right.
Well, I'm about to take her home, then I'm going to call my mama. What? So I called her back like maybe 30 minutes later. Like, the mama said bring the kids home tomorrow morning. She going to talk to him. I'm like, no, y'all don't need to talk to him. You need to contact the police. She did not contact the police. I found out later the police were never contacted. The next day when I called Shannon, I talked to her. She said, my mama talked to them and said the kids ended up telling us they lied. They was mad because he wouldn't give them no money. So I called the net.
Listen, y'all. Listen. When the kids can't have their way with Jarvis and Jarvis don't get them money, they lie on him. Did y'all hear what I said? Children do that. So y'all got to make sure that these facts is in order. That's why the other situation, like what Janelle talked about with the other kids, I really can't speak on it, but I can speak on what's going on with these detectives because their consistency with the case is what I'm looking at with what they're saying with the phone ping and the location. This man don't freak out because he don't Not intentionally. I don't think so. No, what he was doing that she's not with us. He's freaking out. 1:11 o'clock, 1:11 in the morning. He didn't go to work on the 10th. He's moving around, y'all. This is what she was telling y'all on the purple line.
area. And that's the Alexandra. It is. Going now to exhibit 37, which is on the screen. You have it. I do. First, can you tell us again what we're looking at in the 3 rows of the first pages? So this is a time in advance report. You've got the road, target, the day, and these are going to be, these are all in the color black and on the map for the second page. And basically it's showing on January 10th, 2024 from 22:51, which is 10:51 p.m. to 22:53 or 10:53 p.m. on the 10th. Later in the day on the 10th. On the second day, yes. So it would be almost 24 hours, those 20 hours up from the last one, correct? Yes. And if we can go to the second page. And where is this all interact with one at the time that you just said later in the day? The information received from the cell phone company is right around Greenfield and Cell. Is that true? Yes. Sorry? Yes. Oh. And going down to exhibit 38, we're looking at a lot more rows on exhibit 38. Can you tell us what we're looking at? Yes, this is the time period right after we were looking at 7 Mile and Greenfield. That time was all the way up until 22:53. So here we have from 23:40, which is 11:40 p.m. to 23:59, 11:59 p.m. And this is all on the same end of the time. Okay. And this is so just about 40 minutes after the previous one, correct? Approximately. And was there any?
And I said, Annette, are you guys going to call the police? She said, yes, we're handling. I'm going to call the police. So I left it alone. Like, she's going to call the police. Shannon assured me that the police had been called. They were involved. There was an investigation going on. All of this. This was in February 22. Well, in April of 22, I called Shannon in a lie. There was the police were never called. The children were not receiving counseling. Nothing had happened. So I went to the Clinton Township Police. And I told them that I wanted to make a report. They told me I couldn't make a report because I didn't have enough information about the child who actually accused him of the sexual abuse. I said, but the other children also accused him of sexual abuse. They said, well, they didn't happen that night. And I'm like, he said, it would probably be best for you to call CPS. So I called CPS, and I told Shannon I called CPS. I said, if y'all didn't call, I told you to call the police. I told you to get the kids help. You didn't do it, so I'm calling CPS. I'm not only you, but I'm calling them on your mama too.
See, you know what made me so what get to me about this family? They putting everything on Janelle. Shannon wanted help, but she scared to ask for help. Her mother. She was satisfied. Everything she does it for her mother. She's a mama child to me. She closer to her mom than she into anybody. Shannon wanted to. Shannon confused. Shannon need help. Now, I'm not gonna be hard. I'm not gonna be hard on her, but right now she need help. And they don't need to get no later. No later. She need to be in therapy right now. She's part of the. She need to be cured. She's not cured.
Information in the records if you know between those two times that 40 minute gap there.
They gave us time in advance records.
Looking at the time right here, this time record right here, it's telling me that Jarvis Butts is freaking out. I don't know what he did to Naziyah, what he gave to Naziyah physically. That were something physically. I can't really said nothing physically happened. Something is going on because he's moving in the middle of the morning. He's moving. He's traveling. He's confused. Why did he take her to the hospital? If he wanted to get her any help, he would have took her to the hospital. He would have took her to the hospital if he really wanted to save her. I don't understand. The thinking process is not. I don't understand the thinking process. That's why I say who else is with him, because he had to take him over there to get the car. Cause Naziyah can't drive, but I believe she would have drove that car. I think a girl is in this. I always said that some women's in this. I'm saying some younger women, younger than Shannon.
And going to the second page of this, on the map here first, can you tell us what that red dot indicates on this map?
So that red dot indicates 7 Mile and Berg.
And in terms of these circles around that, what do those represent?
The time in advance distance from the cell tower. So that's all going to be around 7 Mile and Berg area.
And is it fair to say that this phone was interacting with those towers at the times you indicated around the 7 Mile and Berg area?
Yes.
And can you go back up to the first page? In row 1, what is the time there?
Row 1 is going to be on January 10th of 2024, 2340, which is 11:40 p.m.
And then the last row, what is the time on the last row?
January 10th of 2024 at 23:59, and that was just because the officer had asked for just that day. It actually indicates that it stays there for a little bit more in the morning.
Okay, how much more in the morning?
We actually have it on the next exhibit.
Oh, and so that phone on this exhibit was there from 11:40 to at the very least midnight, almost on the 10th, correct?
The time advance records, yes.
And again, this is time in advance. This is a passive interaction, no input from the phone or the user, correct?
Because it happens, whatever's happening at your house is most likely happening at your mother's house. They never called, and then that's when Kiwana got involved. I didn't like my husband knew what was going on, and a few other people who knew Shannon because she had told them stories. Mm-hmm. But this is how Kiwana got involved, so I'll let Kiwana tell what happened on her end.
So then I end up going over there to drop off Naziyah some clothing. And once I got there, Shannon pulled me to the side and said, I got to tell you something. And I go, okay, what's going on, little cuz? And she said, that Janelle and called protective services on me. And
See there? See, Janelle is the power. She's the one that wants to help. They're going against Janelle. The family brought Ratsa in to go distract y'all away from Janelle. See, they want to team up. Why did Shannon want to speak to Kiwana about talk behind Janelle back? You see how if you want help from the family, then if somebody trying to help the family, you're gonna dog them out. You're gonna talk about them. You're gonna talk about them. You're gonna dog them out. You see how they sitting up there talking about Janelle. So you gonna bring somebody think that you're gonna bring a negative power, a negative energy in the family who been gone for a long time to be bullified, that bring that negative in on that positive. If that's a strong positive person, that negative energy is not going to work with her. See, Janelle is strong and positive. She ready for anything. Where the power, where the negative energy haven't pulled her away yet, cause she's standing. So here go the cousin sitting here talking to her.
Lied and said that Jarvis was doing something to the kids. I said, what? What do you mean? She called protective services to say Jarvis was doing something to the kids. How would that come about? So that's when she went to tell me, it was a party. And she explained that what happened at the party, and that they ended up questioning children, and her daughter, along with Naziyah, along with my other little cousin, which I've never met, had expressed to her that Jarvis offered them monies to do things inappropriately. She said, however, she found later on that her daughter was lying. And I said, Shannon, kids don't lie about stuff like that.
Right.
A child not gonna come and tell that something like that happened and just be lying. You.
Yes, no calls, no text, and I mean, this is just the signals that the base station is getting to the device.
And going to exhibit 39, and can you tell us what we're looking at on the first page of 39?
So this is going to be essentially a combination.
Who is Jarvis calling on the phone though? I see number, but who is he calling? Duration is he speaking to somebody?
This that we just saw. So this is going to be from January 10th of 2024 at 9:49 p.m. or 21:49 to January 11th of 2024, the next day or the next morning at 1:34 a.m.
Okay. And going to the second page of this exhibit now. First, on the far left side of the screen, what area is that again that we're looking at?
On the far left of the screen is going to be the red dot indicating 7 Island Bird.
That's the same area that we saw in the last exhibit, 30.
Yes.
And in terms of what rows correspond to that one, how long was that phone there in that area into the next morning on the left?
Okay.
You have, okay, so starting with row 1, it's down in the purple area, bottom right-hand screen. You see that the purple dot indicates 4 East Alexandria, which we looked at a map from earlier. And then it goes to it's actually still there around the area of 4 Alexandria, which is the purple on line 2.
And y'all remember we went to Alexandria. It's at Alexandria went in the Butterwood area when we looked it up today. Remember?
Number 3.
Y'all get the lights up. Get the lights up.
Area, which is in the middle one, just above the dark red. And then you see it show to the dark blue after the light blue, which is going to be still traveling north. And then that 7 Mile in Greenfield, which is that blue dot, and then going over to the 7 Mile.
And the 7 Mile in Greenfield, we looked at that one.
We did.
36.
Yes.
And so where does the phone end up, and at what time is the last entry for the 7 Mile in Berg area?
So the 7 Mile in Berg area is at 134.13, number 8. And then you see that big kind of curved actually going to be line number 9, and that's when the device is essentially away from the location.
And so that fall then was there from in that area of 7 Mile and Bird from about 12:40 to 1:34.
12:40.
Sorry, 11:40.
11. Yeah. Yes, 11:40 p.m. to around 1:34 a.m. on the 11th.
And on the 11th at 1:34 a.m. it starts to move away, which is row number 9 on the reverse station.
Yes.
Go to the hotel. Jarvis don't freaked out, y'all. Jarvis freaked out.
To further investigate. No, that Janelle just trying to start some stuff, I said, no, I don't feel like she trying to start no stuff. I feel like she care and concerned about what's going on in the household as far as the children. This is outside of you and her relationship. This is about looking out for the children. And so we began to go back and forth. And I became, what she like to call it, the op. Being as though now I'm taking up for the kids. So I contacted Janelle. I said, what's going on? Because we hadn't talked for a little while. And I said, explain to her what I had heard and what Shannon had said. And she told me what happened and what transpired. So that's when I called Protective Services.
It was the initial incident happened in February of 2022. I was told that the authorities were involved. When I found out that the authorities were not involved, Shannon was lying to me.
22 or 24?
22.
22. Okay.
So in April of 22, I figured out another incident happened where a child was doing some sexually inappropriate things. And I said, well, what's going on with the case? And isn't she in counseling? And you need to go to the police and take the phone. She sent the pictures to somebody on Instagram. She had told somebody else. She tell people this stuff like it's nothing, like it's the normal everyday thing. She told somebody who wouldn't even relate to her to this.
I told y'all Shannon need help. See, I know we can box her, we can talk about her, we can dog her, but y'all, she born into this. She's born into this. She think this is the right way. This is the right. She don't know. She think this the right way because the boss lady manipulated her mind, blackmailed her. Y'all be surprised people can get in somebody's head, in their mind, and control them. Shannon is being controlled. She don't know if she won't help. She don't know if she do want help. She can't help it. That girl needs some serious help. Anything, people should be trying to get her some therapy. Real therapy, not no play therapy. Some real deep down therapy. That spirit they got on her, boy, I tell you, it's working on her.
And you had mentioned earlier that part of the search warrant return from T-Mobile includes subscriber information, correct?
Yes.
And did you get the subscriber information for this phone target phone number that we've been talking about?
Yes.
And do you remember what the name associated with this account was?
One of the subscribers didn't show any information. The other subscriber had, it was spelled wrong. It's like JARIS. Butts.
DUTTS?
I believe so.
Okay, one moment.
Get it, girl. You did your job.
Can you go back to the exhibit that we were talking about, the Fort Crest Hotel?
Yes.
You guys do 36, right? And what's the address for the Park
to told me the children denied it. I said, so look at the adults. If the children are not going to tell you I said, would you take the children out of the household to question them? No. I'm like, because they're afraid to say anything.
And see them folks, then they didn't even listen to this woman right here. She need to sue them folks.
Because they're in the Shannon in the neck looking right in their face. And I said, if the children are not going to tell it because they're afraid, then start looking into the adults.
That's right. She said nothing but a word. Look into the adults. Why was it hard to do that? All right, y'all, let's finish. I like that what the judge asked him about the blue line where the shoe at. You got a light, you got a blue line right here. And you got a line right there.
Around 66 or so degrees area coverage.
So, the cell phone, the information you get is the phone.
So the year prior. So she had the last baby, it looked like, from her Facebook in January of 2023.
Right. So she would have 5, and then I believe Shannon miscarried.
Okay. Wow.
Let's run that number up for the petition. Try to post it, both petitions to get other people to sign. So let's run a number up because, the more people that's concerned and show it by signing, the more we can go about making a change or a law, and even to get everybody responsible held accountable.
Yeah, I agree. Because if anybody's going to stick together, women are.
Yep, and that we are. Amen.
I have a question, and somebody in the comments asked this. How did you perceive Jarvis before?
that he was that kind of a person. He was like a shy, like, and I'm here and I'm not here. Like he moved around real quick and he had his head down. So
See, her mama knew a lot too. Her mama knew a lot. This is Roxy mama talking. She know more about this family. She know what's going on. That's how her daughter got involved. She involved her daughter in this. Sometimes I think people still protecting the grandmother in this family, y'all. I really think they still protecting that woman. But they don't want Janelle. They ain't stunned Janelle. Janelle trying to help. They trying to prevent.
I saw him, but I didn't pay attention to him. I guess until how you rethink about somebody. I was like, oh, yeah, he didn't have his head up. He did kind of put his head down. He was moving quick,
kind of like a sneaky type.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, they pick their victims very well. These kind of men pick their victims very well, and they know who they can run game on. And now he probably looked at your face and knew that you wasn't the one. And he knew that when he looked at Shannon, she was the one. If you listen to the jail phone call,
I just told y'all Shannon is the weakest link. I just told y'all. You know she the weakest link, y'all. You know she is. You know she the weak. She the weak. She the weakest link in this case. She is the weakest link. You can run over her. You can tell her anything. This is sad. Sad, man. It's sad. And these women that he fooled around, good Jesus. Oh, y'all, y'all, a handful. Good God Almighty. Y'all a handful. Oh, Jesus. Man, you sit over there. Ooh.
Joe talked to him about when he was so secretive with his phone, and because it has something to do with the fact that he's seeing unruly exes. And he was suspected that at the time, and so that's why he really recruited for it. So even though you suspected that Mr. Butts was unfaithful to you, still stay with him. One reason for that is because he was good with kids, cared for your kids, took them places, he took his son up to the shop, he showed him how to change the oil in the car, and he viewed him as a father figure. Did you ever see anything inappropriate or that would cause you to see a red flag with regard to him and your children?
Nobody never see nothing that Jarvis do physically, visually. They ain't paying it no attention because have it happened to them before? And they don't want to see it? Somebody got to see something.
and stuff like that. He's talking to his fiance and he's going off on her, talking about, yeah, I gave you the ring, but such and such, such and such. And then
they talking about her, y'all. This girl right here. They talking about this girl right here. They talk about her.
Did you ever see him acting inappropriately with any other children? Certainly you had with not about him in your house. Absolutely. You knew that Mr. West had other children, right? A woman named Angel, and a woman named Shannon, talked about his children with you. Did you ever talk to you about these?
Every He's a master. He's a master manipulator. Make no mistake about it. He's acting in court like he's shy, but if you listen to his phone conversations, he is not shy at all. That is just the act. Please don't believe that.
Right. Well, he gonna fit on that performance for who he fit on that performance for. He had a
Hey, host, you could drop me down.
What?
You're right. A performance. You're right.
They all checked off all the same boxes when they went up on that stand. Every single one of them. The Beyonce he didn't have kids with, she looked like she put a little more effort in that morning. But they all, for the most part, checked off the same boxes.
Sure did. She sure did. I'm glad whoever they're talking. Yeah, you see what I see.
How long in total have you known Mr. Jones?
4 years.
In
2019.
2019? Yes.
Yes.
And when did you become engaged?
2023. They was together around that whole time. Because he did all this in 22. Now why he had her thinking that he was gonna marry her? That's what I want to know. This man is a manipulator, and they let him do it.
And can you tell us a little bit about the nature of that relationship? Do you have any children with him?
No children.
And would Mr. Butt sometimes stay over at your house?
Yes.
How often would that happen?
Pretty often. But he didn't live here.
I wanted to take your attention back to January of 2024 and February of 2024. But did there come a time when Jarvis Butts asked you to drive to court?
Yes.
And when was that?
February 7th.
Of 24?
Yes.
And was there a time before that you had to drive to court?
Yes.
And when was that?
January. I think it was the 9th.
Okay.
It was in January.
So you've at least driven to court twice?
Yes.
And let's talk about January 9th, the date that you drove him. What was the reason he wasn't driving himself? Why were you driving?
Because he thought he was going to have to turn himself in for another case, and then they rescheduled it.
Okay, so on the 9th, he was supposed to turn himself in, but didn't actually end up doing it.
Correct.
Okay. And then on the 7th, did he ask you to drive him to court again?
Yes.
And what was the reason that you drove him to court on the 7th?
Because he was supposed to turn himself in.
And did he end up turning himself in on the 7th?
Yes.
Okay. When you were driving him on the 7th of February 2024, first, what kind of car do you drive?
2005 Suburban.
And what color is it?
Tan.
And when you were driving him to court, who else was with you, if anyone? Just you and Mr. Butts?
Yes.
And when you were driving to court, did you ask him about his cell phone?
Yes.
What did you ask him?
I said, where's your phone?
And what was his response when you asked him that question?
He left it out.
And did you have any other conversation regarding his phone on the 7th when you were driving him to court? And what you said he did turn himself in?
Yes.
And so you drove back home, correct? Did you eventually have some contact with the police department?
Yes.
And where were you when you had that contact?
In the hospital.
And what did they ask you about generally?
Did I know anything about a missing child?
And do you know anything about missing child? Did they ask you about his cell phone?
Yeah, I believe so.
And did you know or have any reason to believe other than what Jarvis told you that his phone was someplace else? And did you know that his phone was in your car? Did you give permission to the police to search your car?
No, they just came to me.
They had a search warrant? Oh. And were you present at your house when they came and took your car? And did you observe them search through your car and pull anything out? Ma'am, what was your and you said you knew Jarvis Butts for 4 years? And would you communicate with him
You with that man 4 years and you don't remember his phone number, girl, please.
Lonely, desperate, low self-esteem, and or maybe a victim.
Yeah. All right. One last question I have is it had came up in conversation on the Advocate Network. The Advocate Network that Janelle was on, that there was an incident with a 35-year-old neighbor who had autism, who lived in a group home. That's why she was instructed. I guess CPS got involved. Somehow or another, I don't know if they were insinuating Annette didn't want to press charges or CPS didn't, but they made her move. That's why she moved into a different home on Bedford.
She didn't move. She bought that house. So she was living in the house, and then she bought a house, and that's the house she bought. That's where
she moved in, honey. She moved, honey. She moved. She moved. See how they take up for Annette? They still, this Ross's mama taking up for Annette. She still moved if she bought the house. She decided to buy that house. So she had to move into the house. Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Look at the phone numbers on that. And does that refresh your memory? And what were the last 4 digits on Jarvis West's phone number?
And she just said she didn't remember that number, right? Y'all see how they are? She remembered that boy number. She been with him 4 years. 4 years. She remembered that last part. Look, the prosecutor just used psychology on her.
Oh, so was there an incident that she was aware of with the neighbor?
From what I understand.
And was that reported by her, or she kind of just
blew it off, swept it up under the rug?
See, Roxy mama know a lot. So, but she told Roxy, so that's how Roxy knows stuff through her mama. That's where she get her information from, her own mother.
Okay. I bet you one thing. I bet you that that there are going to be more victims coming out. I can bet money on that. It could be from his own children to neighborhood children. It's just going to be so many more victims.
Well, there's quite a few out there now.
Well, was he a victim? I mean, I'm not giving him no pass by far. I'm just trying to understand the profile of the person.
Yeah, he was a victim. Had to.
From what we understand, his mother's friend laid him up.
He had a baby when he was 13.
From what we understand.
See what I mean? Roxy's mama got a lot of information.
And that's probably why.
Roxy's mama got a lot of information. But she make her daughter to speak for her. Roxy a better speaker than her mom. So mom feeding into Roxy. See, her mama know a lot. She and Kiwana got the same mom, mama's sisters. That lady know a whole lot. Roxy's mama know a whole lot. But Roxy's a better speaker than her mom. So she tell Roxy stuff allegedly. Allegedly. That's what it sounds like to me. Because she know a whole lot, don't she, y'all? All right.
Grandmother raised him and his sister.
Probably.
His grandmama raised him, and so you know who raised that boy. You know the whole detail. You know what's going on in this situation. You know his mom. You know what's going on.
JP, you have a question?
I do. Do you guys hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, there was rumors going around that Annette was married or is married, and that her husband was also into the same type of activities that Jarvis is, where he would go to hotels with underage girls. And
this is why I pop on people's panels. So Annette is not married.
Okay.
And when she was married, her children were not adults.
Okay.
What they said was.
And what that mean? She was married, but her children wasn't adults. So what that mean? If he were doing that, oh, so what you saying? Since the children wasn't adults, it wouldn't have mattered what he would have did, what her husband do. Yes, it does. Oh Lord, have mercy, these folks right here. I don't know what to say, Jesus.
At some point after you dropped Jarvis Butts off at the courthouse and he turned himself in, did you go to his place of employment at 9,000 Connors? Okay, did you ever talk to his business partner, Cordell, right? Oh. I really.
Mr. Butts at Frank's garage, right? That's where Mr. Butts was working about 4 years ago. To take further, and I think is kind of just drop in. Is, at any point in time while you were at Frank's garage, did you ever see any children there? Fair to say that Mr. Butts was very protective of his phone around you. He would never let you see his phone screen. Would give you access to like give you his passcode or kind of try to get into his phone, right? I think you mentioned that sleeping, you tried to kind of wave it in front of him, that would unlock it. Took a picture of his face once and tried to get the screens together. So you wanted to know what was in his phone. And he did not want you to know what was in his phone, as far as you know. And so yes. You're talking about like the associated with his phone. And does it have something to do with the fact that he was seeing other ladies? And you suspected that at the time. And so that's why you were looking for proof. Correct. Even though you suspected that Mr. Butts was unfaithful to you, you still stayed with him. One reason for that is because he was good with the kids, cared for your kids, took them places, he took your son to the shop, he showed him how to change the oil in the car, and you viewed him as a good father figure. Did you ever see anything inappropriate or that would cause you to see a red flag with regard to him?
Why she didn't see no red flag? They ain't pay Jarvis no attention. They ain't look at them girls was there for a certain reason. They wanted Jarvis for a certain reason. They're not gonna see red flags from him.
Your children. Did you ever see him acting inappropriately with any other children? So that you had, you would not have allowed him in your house. Absolutely. You knew that Mr. Butts had other children, right? His a woman named Angel, and a woman named Shannon, talked about his children with you. See if you ever talked to you about his niece.
What he say about the children? Y'all ain't asking them no good questions. What did he say about this? Maybe they saving the questions. Like, what did he say about his kids to you when he talked to you?
Would Mr. Butts stay with you on any given week?
A man come over your house at 3 o'clock in the morning, ain't nothing but a bleep, bleep, bleep call.
Like Electra, sometime I think he would walk. If he was coming straight from the shop, he would walk.
So your house is in the distant. So you saying that sometimes if you don't drive his car, he walked to your house? So when he came and got your car that night, that morning, when did he come and get? How did his phone get in her car truck? Y'all women, why y'all let that man? Y'all ain't even his wife. Why y'all let him get y'all truck and cars? Ooh, Lord.
Or if he had my truck, that's how we do that. So that's the suburban is. She go to bus driver happens over the vehicle. Yes. He had a white Chrysler truck,
You don't know what kind of truck you riding in? You just riding.
like maybe the first 2 years. Okay. Now, when Mr. Buster from visit you, you park in your driveway? Yes. When he spent weekends with you also? Yes.
Mm. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? I tell you what. Let me show. Let me show pretty little Naziyah. Let me show Naziyah. Let me show little pretty little Naziyah. Let me show the baby. Y'all, we gonna end the show. Listen to this woman right here. Listen to this woman right here, y'all. Listen to this woman. Listen to her. Listen to her.
Happy birthday. Hey, Jarvista. Come on. Daddy, it's fucking birthday. Hey, happy birthday, dog. Daddy wants my shoes made for you. Come on, sweetheart. Say thank you. Thanks, man. Now come on down this way. Hey, Jesus. Daddy, look at my birthday. Hello. Dad, come on. Come on around. Where's the tears at? Here. So what you do? You just come back, fly in, fly out?
Lord, listen, I thought you supposed to be the part of the family, but you stood up on that stand with this man.
Family, you gotta stop this. Yeah. Happy birthday. Hey, Jarvista.
Jarvisha.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Hey, happy birthday, dog. Daddy wants my shoes made for you. Come on, sweetheart. Say thank you. Thanks, man. Now come on down this way. Hey, Jesus. Daddy, look at my birthday. Hello. Dad, come on. Come on around. Where's the tears at? Here.
Where is Janiyah? Why Janiyah not at the party? Where is Janiyah? Is she downstairs? Where is Janiyah?
Happy birthday. Hey, Jarvista.
Jarvisha?
Come on. Daddy, it's fucking birthday. Hey, happy birthday, dog. Daddy wants my shoes made for you. Come on, sweetheart. Say thank you. Thanks, man. Now come on down this way. Hey, Jesus. Daddy, look at my birthday. Hello. Dad, come on. Come on around. Where's the tears at? Here.
She said, "Let me buy." See, that's your controller right there, y'all. That's controller right there. What then? Look at the Shannon back there looking like what she saying to my man. But you better not say that to your mom. Your mom won't go touch your head, girl.
So what you do? You just come back, fly in, fly out?
Like for birthday. I missed her birthday. I was trying to get there, but
I thought you were supposed to be part of the family. You said
I thought you supposed to be part of the family. Ooh wee. Lord have mercy, y'all. Tell me what y'all think. I'm out of here, honey. Javisha. Javisha.
happy birthday. Hey, Jarvista. You be out. Come on.
Daddy, it's fucking birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, dog.
Daddy, washing my shoes, man.
Come on, sweetheart. Say thank you.
Thanks, man.
Come on down this way.
Hey, Z, look at my hello.
So he just walk in the house when he get ready. He just walk. Help me, Jesus. That man just walk in that house, y'all. That man just walked in that house. He just. That man just walked in the house. Daddy! Javisha. Lord have mercy.
Happy birthday. Hey, Jarvista. You be out. Come on.
Daddy, it's fucking birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, dog.
Daddy, washing my shoes, man.
Come on, sweetheart. Say thank you.
Thanks, man.
Come on down this way.
Hey, Z, look at
Well, why the other kids couldn't? Why the other kids couldn't? Why the other kids couldn't talk to the daddy? They ran the other kids away.
So what you do? You just come back, fly in, fly out?
Hell, mate. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Like, Jesus. Right? Javisha. Javisha.